Every year, thousands of animal lives are lost on cold, unforgiving railway tracks. These deadly collisions don't just cause severe damage, they also put human lives at risk. Today, we're taking a deeper look into these tragedies and understanding why just a single moment of carelessness can lead to irreversible consequences. Never allow livestock to roam near railway tracks. Strong fencing and strict management are essential. When startled by the train horn, their instinct is to run along the tracks, a path that never leads to safety. And the ending, most of the time, is already sealed. It's time for stronger and more stringent management measures. The railway industry needs more than just fences. It also needs education and constant reminders for the community. Never let pets or livestock wander near train tracks. A moose suddenly appears on the tracks in Anchorage, Alaska, just as a freight train comes speeding in. The moose runs wildly onto the road, disrupting traffic. A lost moose runs along the tracks as a train slowly approaches, leaving it confused before it finally bolts off the rails. It's time for stronger and stricter management measures. Railway authorities and stations need more than just fences. Because even a small, careless action can take a life. Not just the life of an animal, but potentially a human one as well. Livestock wandering onto railway tracks create a serious danger. In the blink of an eye, a monkey is trapped on the tracks as a high-speed train comes rushing in, a moment that leaves everyone holding their breath. Every year, thousands of creatures lose their lives on railway tracks, quietly yet tragically. These collisions not only destroy property, but also put human lives at risk. Just a single moment of distraction can lead to devastating and irreversible consequences. Never let livestock roam freely near the tracks. Loose pens, careless management, that's the recipe for tragedy. Monkeys stand waiting at a section of the tracks, creating a scene that is both humorous and rare. The video captures the moment wild animals watch the train pass by without fear, leaving viewers both surprised and delighted. A live railway accident occurred when the Garibaldi Express collided with a monkey on the tracks. Because the train was moving at high speed, the driver couldn't react in time, resulting in a strong impact. A small dog narrowly avoided being hit by a high-speed train while crossing the tracks. Thanks to its quick reaction and timely dash, the dog escaped unscathed. There are moments when a dog gets sucked under the train, its whole body trembling on the line between life and death. If it stays calm, lies still, and waits for the right moment, survival is still possible. Do you believe this miracle could happen again? A railway accident occurred when a donkey cart collided with a train at a level crossing. Because the cart crossed the tracks without careful observation and the train was moving at high speed, the collision happened, causing damage to the cart, but fortunately no serious injury to the donkey. Meanwhile, the few small animals that survive do so only by luck, and that's never something we can rely on. Many tragedies have happened simply because of human carelessness. Poorly managed livestock and wildlife, inadequate fencing, and a lack of proper responsibility have led to heartbreaking deaths. Not only do animals pay the price, but railway operations are also severely disrupted, causing major losses to society and putting passengers in dangerous situations. A cow tried to cross the tracks, ignoring the blaring train horn rushing toward it. In an instant, the collision became unavoidable. So heartbreaking. A stray dog wandered onto the tracks and realized the train was coming far too late. One reckless step, one impulsive decision. That's all it takes to leave a wound that never truly heals. After tragedies like these, do farmers truly wake up? Or will history keep repeating itself again and again because of a single moment of negligence? On highways, similar situations happen as well. Livestock suddenly appearing on the road leaves many drivers with no time to react. Just 1 second of distraction, not enough time to brake or swerve, and a serious accident can happen. Even in cases where disaster is narrowly avoided, the trauma and psychological shock can haunt the driver for the rest of their life. What's important to emphasize is that the animals are not to blame. They were only acting on their instinct to survive, Every year, steel railway tracks become a deadly line between life and death for countless animals. These violent collisions don't just claim animal lives, they also cause serious accidents that directly threaten human safety. Never allow livestock to wander near railway tracks. Build proper safety fences and enforce strict management measures. Livestock should never be allowed to wander near railway lines. A herd of cows suddenly panicked and ran wildly through the station, causing major chaos and disrupting train operations. This unusual incident not only left passengers confused and alarmed, but also led to multiple train delays, drawing widespread public attention. A chaotic moment as a cow suddenly appeared on the tracks, forcing the train to make an emergency stop to avoid a serious accident. Cows wandering around train stations disrupt public order and pose a serious danger to people. A shocking moment aboard Cambodia's first train as it suddenly collided with a cow on the tracks. With the train moving at high speed, the poor animal was violently thrown off the railway. The train operator reacted quickly and precisely, saving a cow from a serious accident on the tracks. Their bodies can't fit through the narrow gaps beneath the rail cars, and the outcome is almost always fatal. Farmers must strictly control their livestock and never allow them to roam freely in areas where trains pass. The train driver managed to save a cow grazing near the station area by blasting the GU-40 horn, startling the animal and driving it off the tracks just before the train rushed in. This tense yet deeply humane moment highlights the driver's quick thinking and sense of responsibility in protecting both people and animals. A train speeding toward the tracks suddenly collided with a cow, hurling the animal away and sending it into the river in a split second. The passenger train collided head-on with a buffalo at a railway crossing, creating a heart-stopping and extremely dangerous moment. An unexpected encounter occurred when a local train struck a goat that appeared on the tracks, sweeping the small animal into the train with no chance of escape. A high-speed train came rushing in and suddenly collided with a herd of goats that appeared on the tracks, creating a heart-stopping moment in just a few brief seconds. Fortunately, the herd of goats remained safe. The video captures the danger in a split second, sounding a clear warning about the risks of animals entering railway zones, especially along fast-moving rail lines. After tragedies like these, do farmers truly wake up? Or will history keep repeating itself again and again because of a single moment of negligence? This cow completely ignores the piercing warning bell of the oncoming train. It seems far too late to fix the cattle herder's mistake. Just 1 second of delay, and fragile lives stand helpless before a high-speed train. Will this poor dog be lucky enough to survive? Too fast, too dangerous. There's no time to brake, no time to swerve, and the outcome is often brutally devastating. Black Bear suddenly appeared as the high-rail vehicle moved along the railway. This rare moment in the wild sparked both curiosity and fear among the passengers and train driver. For larger animals, like donkeys or cows, hope is nearly non-existent. The gap beneath the train is too narrow, and the outcome is usually only one. A frenzied moose stood right on the tracks, seemingly challenging the oncoming train. It didn't run, but faced it head-on. The horses suddenly wandered onto the track, standing in the middle of the dangerous railway line. What seemed like a peaceful moment was actually full of risk. Their bodies cannot pass through the narrow gaps beneath train cars, and the outcome is almost always death. Farmers must closely manage their livestock and animals and never allow them to roam freely in areas with railway tracks. Protecting animal safety is also protecting the farmers' property and the care they dedicate to them. What about you? How can we reduce these heartbreaking accidents? Share your thoughts in the comments. Every year, thousands of animals lose their lives on railway lines. These dangerous collisions not only cause severe property damage, but also pose a direct threat to human lives. Just a moment of negligence, one uncontrolled decision, can lead to irreversible consequences. Trains are among the most dangerous forms of transportation, moving at extremely high speeds and carrying massive weight, making it nearly impossible to stop. Allowing livestock and animals to roam near railway tracks is an extremely serious, hidden danger. When faced with a blaring horn, most animals panic and run along the tracks, an instinctive reaction that is tragically deadly. Large animals like cows, donkeys, or goats almost never have a chance of surviving when a collision happens because their bodies can't fit through the narrow space beneath the train. In the final seconds, the deer jumped away just in time, escaping what could have been a devastating collision. A herd of deer was hit head-on by a train, and the accident happened in an instant, creating a horrifying scene that sent chills through everyone watching. Trains are among the most dangerous machines on Earth, moving at terrifying speeds while carrying the massive weight of dozens of rail cars. Once in motion, stopping them is nearly impossible. The force of impact is extremely powerful. A single careless moment can turn into an irreversible tragedy. Smaller animals may occasionally survive if they can fit into the narrow gap beneath the train, depending on the train's structure. But for medium or large animals like donkeys, the chance of survival is almost zero. Their bodies can't fit through the narrow gaps beneath the train cars, and the result is almost always fatal. Farmers must control their livestock and never allow them to roam freely near active railway lines. Protecting animal safety also means protecting farmers' property and the emotional bonds they share with their animals. In Crystal Lake, Illinois, a Metra train narrowly avoided colliding with a deer that suddenly appeared on the tracks on April 25, 2024, creating a breath-holding moment for both the engineer and onlookers. This dangerous situation serves as a clear reminder of the risks posed when wildlife appears along railway lines. A heart-stopping moment unfolded when a high-speed train suddenly struck a pigeon on the tracks. A monkey was once trapped on the tracks with a train closing in, its fate seemingly sealed. But as the wheels rolled past and left a narrow gap, it leapt up and escaped, as if it had been granted a second life. That moment wasn't just luck for the dog, but a reminder that even in the darkest hours, there is still a way out if we are patient enough to wait and brave enough to take it. It's time for stricter and more effective management. Railway authorities and train stations need more than just fences. Tens of thousands of ducks wandered across the fields, but in the distance, the sound of a train horn echoed, growing closer and closer. Loss and destruction ultimately all stem from human carelessness. After tragedies like these, will farmers truly wake up? Or will history repeat itself because of a single careless moment? What about you? How can we reduce these heartbreaking accidents? A heartbreaking train accident occurred when the Indian Railways Rajdhani Express struck a dog on the tracks, leaving many people shocked and deeply saddened. The small dog was suddenly pulled beneath the train, its entire body trembling as if there were no escape. If it stayed calm and waited, without rushing to cross the tracks, a chance of survival might actually have been possible. In a life-or-mat moment, the bear quickly dashed to the roadside, moving away from the tracks just before the train thundered past. Even a 1-second delay could have led to disaster, but quick reflexes allowed it to narrowly escape danger. A black bear was suddenly spotted as the high-rail vehicle moved along the tracks, causing a traffic obstruction. A pigeon suddenly collided with the windshield at the front of the high-speed train barreling forward. The moment happened in the blink of an eye, leaving viewers stunned at the train's incredible speed. The incident serves as a reminder of the unpredictable risks when nature intersects with modern technology. A bird almost got caught by the nose of the Amtrak train speeding at 125 miles per minute. This is posed dubbers. In a heart-stopping moment, it managed to soar up, narrowly escaping the collision. The Amtrak train, speeding along, suddenly collided with a deer crossing the tracks. The impact happened in the blink of an eye. At Starcross Station on September 2, 2012, a bird suddenly flew across and was struck by the oncoming train. A bird collided with the train, speeding at 125 miles in Rugby, creating a fleeting yet haunting moment. In just an instant, the train's immense power and speed revealed the danger when nature intersects with the railway. As the railway, not everyone is lucky. A small donkey panicked, struggling in desperation as the train drew too close, and then it was over. Each year, as massive steel trains continue to roll without pause, thousands of animal lives quietly vanish along railway lines and highways around the world. Those deaths are rarely fully recorded, but their consequences continue to echo long afterward. A bear walks slowly across the tracks. A goat panics and runs along the cold steel rails. A stray dog wanders in search of food, unaware that in just a few seconds, its life could be wiped away. Animals do not understand the concept of speed, cannot grasp the massive momentum of a train charging toward them, and cannot foresee that this machine can almost never stop in time. When the steel wheels begin to roll, every decision is already beyond the control of both humans and animals.